Hi Pisces, this is going to be your reading for January 2026. Happy New Year to everyone. Well, the calendar New Year. This is just going to be a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest. How I do my readings is I'll start with the Angel Oracle Guide here. I'll move on to Traditional Tarot, and then I'll move back to Oracle at the end. If I pause at any moments, just trying to feel the energy that I'm feeling, so I appreciate your patience there, Pisces. Okay, let's get into it. So your message for this month is romance and connection. Ooh. Your message. Angels of romance are swirling around you at this time, ushering in positive, uplifting, and heartfelt experiences to remind you that love is real. Allowing yourself to be romanced, to receive and experience true connection is important at this time, and it's likely that your heart space is opening up and any barriers or shields that may have been in place are falling away. If you find yourself scared or uptight about romance, know that it is only a sign that you would like to experience it, but also that it is something that your energy system really needs. Your angels are guiding you to begin seeing yourself as loving and deserving of love. Know that you have much goodness and light to offer others and in the world, and you're being encouraged to know that the world wants to see you, to know you, to understand your heart, and all of this is only possible with your permission, so why not give it now? The energy of romance is increasing in your life at this time. If you're already in a relationship, this can mean that you have the opportunity to connect more deeply and share intimacy and love. If your relationship hasn't been the main focus or priority of your heart for a while, your angels are encouraging you to make some time for it. If you have a new relationship unfolding, there's a potential for a new relationship to unfold. Angels will help you move forward with it now. Call on divine love from the universe, invited to open up your heart and willing to receive interest and love from others. Whatever the reason for this card is appearing, it's time to enjoy and be enjoyed in a loving way. Ooh, exciting. Let's take a look at the cards here, Pisces. For Pisces, please. There it is right there. Main energy of your reading. Woo! So many cards coming out sideways, Pisces. So much choice involved. I can't. Oh my gosh. This has never happened that it's been this many sideways card, Pisces, in a reading. Which means there's going to be a lot of personal choice for you, and that's sometimes what we don't want to kind of hear, because sometimes we want to have the universe make decisions for us, but it doesn't seem the case in your case, because I've actually never really had cards that come out, like this many sideways cards come out. So let me just take a second to breathe in this energy and just feel in this energy what's going on here, why there's so much choice involved. Just give me one moment there. They're showing me a platter, and they're showing me a platter of almost little appetizers in a way, and they all they're all different and they all kind of look good, but it's just which one do we go for first? It's that kind of maybe, and I feel like that's kind of going to be a lot of your energy is that choice, right? Choice in maybe what we want to put our energy into or what we want to kind of dive into right away. But I do feel that kind of no, maybe this, maybe, that almost hesitation of choosing that I'm feeling here, and they're saying choice. So that's why a lot of these cards are kind of coming out. here. But the Ace of Cups is in your main energy. This is kind of where this romance comes in. I also have the Knight of Cups here, romance and connections. There's a new emotional beginning for you, and this could be the start of a new relationship. This can be a start of your own kind of new emotional being here, some kind of emotional kind of excitement or this kind of love that's coming in here for you. So if that's something that you've been searching for, this is going to be a good month for you in that department, in love or connection. You're going to feel more emotionally kind of connected. Again, there's something exciting. I get a lot of excitement with this Ace of Cups. What's interesting are the cards that kind of follow here for you, right? We have the Seven of Swords, which is kind of this trickery energy. But again, it's coming out sideways. So it's the reverse. It's like, you know, the truth is coming to the surface here. If anyone's ever deceived us or anything like that, that will be coming to the surface. Maybe you have to fess up on something here. Or it's in the upright where someone is kind of thieving from you, or you're allowing someone to thieve from you. But I feel like this kind of cup of love, it's kind of deciding, you know, where you kind of want to put that energy, where you want to kind of put that love, that connection here for yourself. Because the Devil card is coming in right after. And it's funny because the Devil card has been coming up in my mind a lot recently, kind of just thinking about it. And yes, it is this card of, it could be, you know, what is tying you down, what is kind of holding you back here. But you can't really put like good and bad energy. They kind of both exist in everything, right? So we can't just be like, this card is bad or negative. This is also a card of kind of material. This is also kind of a card of kind of, you know, extravagance, of maybe lust in the way of like spiciness here as well, that I'm going to put that out there. So there might be this kind of new spicy connection here for you. And you're like, I don't know if I should kind of trust this feeling, or I don't know, you know, should I, you know, go for it? Does it feel trustworthy? I feel like you are just kind of seeing like there's only one way or the other through this kind of relationship or through this thing. But it's interesting because I feel with the Eight of Swords coming out here, you're kind of overthinking things. It's like you're not seeing something clearly here. Maybe this is past influence on relationships. Maybe this is past versions of yourself as well that are coming back to play, because the Eight of Swords is this overthinking. It's like we're in our mind too much about this here. It's like we're allowing that mind to take over what we're actually feeling, or allowing ourselves to be open. And it kind of feels like in a way where, you know, something good happens or something feels good, and then you immediately go to the negative because you're just like, well, I'm going to put my safeguards up here because I don't want to feel this, right? I don't want to feel this Ace of Cups moment because maybe it's just temporary and maybe it will go away. And, you know, maybe that is true, but if we overthink about it too much, we're not allowing ourselves to feel or accept this kind of Ace of Cup. We're not allowing ourselves to kind of enjoy that emotion of that feeling, of that love, you know, of sometimes that butterfly in the tummy that you're having here, Pisces. So we kind of run away from it instead because we're just like, that scares me. That scares me feeling in that energy. And I'm kind of getting that in the beginning of this reading here for you, or at least the top of the reading. So just so you know, there is a way out here. You always have choice involved with the Eight of Swords. You know, she is kind of tied up, but she has swords all around her. She can break free if she wants to. So you can break free of that. You just kind of have the personal choice to do so. The Magician card and the High Priestess coming out sideways here as well. Again, following intuition, following kind of, you know, are we kind of ready for this? Are we ready for something to kind of manifest in our life? Your intuition is going to be key on this, so make sure you are giving yourself some time and space to listen to your intuition. Maybe this is something you manifested here as well, if you have like a manifestation journal, or you kind of maybe wrote the qualities down in a partner you want, Pisces. I think that might be coming up here as well, because your intuition is being like, it feels like something that's been manifested here or being crafted for you here. Maybe this person that's coming in here, this Knight of Cups, which is one of the only cards coming in upright here as well. Someone definitely has some feelings for you, or kind of moving forward in that capacity with you. If you're already in a relationship, it just feels like this person's going to be trying a lot more. They're going to be putting it kind of out there. They're going to try to be a little bit maybe more romantic, be a little bit more open, maybe tell you how they feel a lot more here. And you're kind of just like, this energy feels unfamiliar. I don't, you know, like what kind of happened? And so I feel like your brain is going to go over and overdrive, because you're just like, you know, why are you being nicer to me in a way? It just feels like that. And it's like there's something suspicious, but I don't know. I feel less of that, and it feels like there's more intent here. There's more intent for someone to be a little bit more romantic for you, to be a little bit more loving to you here as well. So listen to your intuition. Your intuition is going to be on point, but again, there's choices here if you're going to listen to it or not, and if you want to help kind of co-create this kind of relationship that is happening here. You also have career stuff that's coming into question here as well, because they do have pentacles. So it's like cup of love in the beginning of the month, you know, that kind of space. And this is why I was kind of seeing the energy of seeing that appetizer platter, where it's like you have a little bit here. Do I focus on that? Do I choose that first? Because some of you might be having some kind of foundational questions, especially about kind of money or career here as well. The Ace of Pentacles coming out sideways. Some of you might be thinking, should I stay at a job, try and get a promotion? You know, try to work harder there. Should I leave that job behind, you know, and move on to something else? Yes, it'll be less money, but I'll be happier. So you are kind of weighing your options here with the Two of Pentacles, which is also coming out sideways. Weighing your options here, or you're deciding, you know what, I'm going to, you know, maybe be a little bit more broke and do a job that I like, than be at a place where I'm just kind of gaining all this money and I just hate it there and my energy is spent the whole time. The Two of Swords coming out sideways as well. Again, lots of choice. This is the twos. The twos are popping out. You got two twos popping out here, and all these cards coming out sideways. So it can feel like a lot this month. I'm going to feel like for you Pisces of having to make some choices. But again, if you're following your intuition, if you're following your inner guide, following your heart, I think you kind of will make the right choices here. But it's more about your foundations that you're having these questions on, especially in a financial way. That's why I was talking about like your investments and things. You're like, do I grow that? Do I try to find more money to make those higher so I can retire earlier? Or do I kind of find a job that I'm going to be more peaceful at? I'm going to be more present in my everyday life because I'm not so drained. I'm not so, you know, pulled out of, I can't enjoy the rest of life because it's just so focused on this job, even though I'm making a good amount of money from it, right? So those are the questions that are coming into play for you. A lot of choice for you in this month of January, but again, I feel like you can do it here, Pisces. Okay. Another sideways, the Six of Pentacles. Some of you might be kind of, you know, maybe asking for someone for help, or financial wise. Maybe you're asking a partner, or maybe you're asking, you know, your work, being like, hey, you need, you know, I'm not, this is not an equal give and take right now here. So some of you might be feeling like, you know, you're doing everything yourself. There's no one really here to help you or help you grow. So you're going to move away from that. Or it's in the upright here, and you're going to be like, can I get a little bit more finances here? Can I get a little bit of assistance? So it can help with this energy to balance out, because the Six of Pentacles is all about balancing out this financial, or balancing out the energy here. So again, you might be asking for maybe a raise in that, or just finding a career that's a little bit more balanced. But again, it feels like this energy of you really want to kind of keep everything in the positive spin this month for yourself. Really be open to those exciting new opportunities, you know, see them as adventure, and not really see it as kind of, you know, so much change that it's going to be too much for you. I think it's like being open to the positive here, and being open to your like emotional energy is going to be the most important for you in this, because there's going to be especially some mental stuff that you're going to kind of go through that's going to pull you away from this, pull away from this feeling of excitement, from this feeling of new. But if you connect to yourself emotionally with this Queen of Cups, if you give yourself the most care, the most love, the most nurturing energy that you can, the Queen of Cups is this newborn baby. It's kind of you in this energy. It's a very nurturing, motherly card here, Pisces. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. It's just this kind of caring, nurturing energy here. I feel like when you give yourself that, you'll really see what a change that it makes kind of in your life here, especially in the month of January. Give yourself that emotional care. If you are in a relationship, some of you might be feeling kind of stuck in that relationship, being like, where is this kind of going? So you might be having those questions for yourself here as well. But again, I feel like bringing love into the equation here, bringing it back to love, you know, especially if you're in a place where you feel stuck in your relationships, right? Stuck, maybe some of you are feeling, if this new relationship is coming in, you still have some of your ex's energy in here. So maybe do a little cord cutting ceremony if that's possible, because again, the Lovers in reverse is ex energy and feeling stuck, or or Chariot's not being able to move past it, right? We're stuck in that energy. So if that is you, you know, take some time out to just kind of cut the cords, reflect. You got the Hangman here, which is kind of interesting too, because, right, they're hanging from a tree, from a rope. They're still bound to something here. And again, it's coming out sideways. So I feel like with this Page of Cups that was also coming out, that came out in the reversed here, it's like there's some energy that's left unsaid in this kind of situation. Maybe if it is to an ex, or maybe if it is to your own lover, that you have to kind of be communicative about. It's like you got to have that kind of heartfelt conversation so they know how you feel, and you're not kind of repressing those emotions. If it's someone that is an ex that you don't want to talk to, use the cord cutting ceremony. You know, you can find them on YouTube. Those meditations are going to be really, really helpful, just to get your energy away from that, you know, to distance yourself from that energy here. And the Eight of Wands is just, it's a slow moving energy. So again, you don't have to be over it. One cord cutting ceremony, you're like, great, it's over, it's done with. But just like keep working on that, because this is saying it's not going to be a fast fix. This is going to require a little bit of emotional work to get over this and move past this. So just remember that kind of in your reading here as well. It's not going to be like, great, it's done, you know, paying a witch to do a cord cutting ceremony and it's going to be over, I'm never going to feel anything again. That's not the case, but it's just slowly, you know, detaching yourself from that energy here. Bring love into the situation. We're talking about this. This reading is all about, woo, there it goes, 1 second. Bring love into the situation here, Pisces. That's what we're talking about in this reading, right? With this Queen of Cups energy. It's like bringing that nurture, bringing that care. It's going to change the equation here for you a little bit. This reading is kind of all about love for you. You have forge, don't follow. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. All right, let me read that for you. If you wait until a path is perfectly paved, you won't be forging your own path. You're likely not even to take the first step. It's just this kind of choice energy we were talking about here. Don't let small detail, like being unable to find someone to show you the way, be the reason why you don't step forward and lead. Let it be the reason you do. The most courageous and needed leaders are the ones who don't wait for permission or until the morning they wake up and they feel ready. They take a deep breath, they put one foot in front of the other and figure it out as they go. They don't wait for someone to lead them, they lead themselves. This card is for leaders. They're here to pave a new path that hasn't been walked before, to go first, to lead the way for others who are calling you in. If you feel misrepresented in media, step forward for all those that also feel misrepresented. If no one's speaking out on topics that you feel passionate about, share your unique voice. There's no one on earth who has come close to possessing your unique combination of skills, gifts, and life lessons. Don't look at those who have come before you to work out your path. Leaders must forge their own, and do it for your daughter, do it for your younger you, do it for the leaders who will follow. When you go first, you make it easier for others to follow your lead. Forge, do not follow. How are you being called to forge rather than follow, and how can you be a leader you wish you had? This is that choice involved, right? We're talking about here with all these cards coming out sideways for yourself. It's like, you know, I got to be the one that makes the choice. You know, this is my life. I'm going to have the authority to kind of do that, to make these choices here. Sometimes I'll make the wrong choice. That's okay. I can pivot when I've made that wrong choice. That's why all these cards are coming out sideways for you. They're trying to tell you what, it's like, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm telling you, you have that choice. It's your time to kind of pick. So just remember that for that month of January, Pisces, all right?